Hey friends. So we have just spontaneously, like it tends to happen with us, doing a reading for ourselves. We tend to just ask for guidance, I'm guessing, or information. I'm guessing the information for today, seeing as it's New Year's Day, is kind of like the starting energies of the year and where things are going. Hi! So we're looking over there, but we're not even looking at, maybe we are looking at ourselves, but it doesn't look like we're looking at ourselves. So we've got to look over here, we think. Got two eyes in the background. We have a little bit of got the crown chakra. Mary A. It's not Earth, because our Earth Koshi Chime is the very old looking one who came on a journey with us. They're sound healing chimes, and Earth came on a journey with us on the story, the journey before being picked up by the police naked to go to the psych ward. So that will all come out. It's going to be a fascinating story, but that's not for now. But I think it was about 2 years later, or a year ago, we attempted to go outside for one of our little challenge walks after a bath around the block. I mean, the block's like 6 bungalows, and our Littlelons heard a sound. They go by sound, their sensory systems, some of them. Tired arms. And so we went to the sound, and they saw the wind chime, and so it was the block of bungalows just behind number 6. We live at number 66, and it's a 3, the 6, the 9. That's the circular, unseen, energetic, spiritual realms in the paternology, the form. Anyway, that's what we've learned from our experiences. So yeah, hi. I think we're going to be posting this on our Zanoni Snowflake channel, which is us. Hi, Zanoni Snowflake here. Zanoni means child of the stars, son of the stars, and some of us chose that name from the Light of Egypt, the science of the soul and the soul and the stars, about a couple of years ago, August 2020, after the psych ward. That was February 2020, where we had our 43rd coming up soon. So our age year number is in alignment with the macro year energies. Just figuring out the arm and the tiredness. So we're not going to be too long, because this is kind of, well, I don't know why we're doing this. We're led by intuition and intuitive flow. So if you're jumping in, watching any of our material that we create, you're kind of jumping on our energetic plane, our energetic train, depending which realm or dimension you're embracing us from. So if you're jumping off on our energetic train, trains go across land, so that would be the earthly energies, the more of the seen, tangible world, which would be coming from the conscious mind, the aware, the aspiration, the want to need and know, to know and understand. The plane, energetic plane, is more in the air. That's so maybe the train's the physical, is the body, that's earth, that's the physical body. So what we got it backwards, which is what's happening all day today. We switching, no. Okay, we're switching, but we're not just switching between alternate personalities, we're switching. Pattern switching, it working. Yeah, okay, thank you, my lovelies. Our patterning is switching, so we get things back to front a lot, and I think the stuff that we used to get back to front, because it's all switching out there in the real world. Okay, so in the collective reality of humanity and the objective agreement collective reality, rather than our individual subjective agreements, which is the internal, the moon, the objective collective agreement reality is the superficial body, the muscles, the exterior muscles, because it's our exterior body that connects us into the external reality, and that's where our 5 physical senses that receives the information from the external world then gets processed. But we're not going to get into that too much. We've only got like 17 minutes of record time in here, so we've only got 12 left. So it looks like we're starting as an only snowflake channel, our fourth channel, to bring in Emperor, to bring in structure, to bring in those earthly frequencies. And so getting it backwards, so it's our left arm and our left leg. We were actually calling them, one of us was calling them, thinking it was our right arm and our right leg. So there's been a switch in patterning, but rather than maybe a switch in patterning, there's been a reorganizing of the energetic patterning in our body, and therefore we are starting to come out, and we're not stuck in that circular Tesla code dimensional realms so much anymore. So we're not as deep in it, we're coming out to the surface. So it could be that there's been a switch in the patterning in the body, but it more than likely is it's both of it more than likely. We are having a shift of perception and understanding as we shift and grow up, but because we're not stuck and dancing in the unseen energetic circular feminine realms of subjectivity, which is massive and diverse, especially when one's in the collective unconscious and you've got whole of humanity's stuff going on, we're coming out of that. And so we're not in the depths of one dimension, subjective dimension. We're coming out of the depths of the subjective dimension, and therefore the energetics of that plane and that dimension is changing. So therefore our awareness and experience changes, which changes the perception because it's a constant mirror. So we are just going to share the quick reading, the cards that were given, how we do it for ourselves. We're still, our channels basically are vlogs for us. There's not really going to be any niche. I suppose the niche is a vlog, but it's a vlog about us, and what we're all about is a heart value based system, inclusion for all, finding systems and paths and ways where we can completely unconditionally love ourselves and be grateful for ourselves and find compassion for ourselves, transform ourselves into the best versions of us that we can be for us and others, so that we can be the change that we want to see in the world. Because only then can we truly show unconditional love and gratitude and compassion for others. So to start treating and caring for others differently in a way that empowers them and doesn't take away the power. Whereas if we get caught into the way systems work at the moment and energy dynamics work at the moment, especially in the English culture and the Western world, tends to fall under rescuer, victim, perpetrator. And the energy dynamics always, if someone's mainly a rescuer, they can only be in that for so long, even if they're really skilled at it, and then they'll fall into periods where they become maybe a wee bit bossy or a wee bit of the bully, or they'll fall into periods where they become the victim and kind of need a bit of rescuing. But it's about jumping out of the drama triangles, jumping out of duality reality into the understanding of the need of polarity reality, and how the mirror of the energies, depending on the depth inwards that we go in the body, and which sides and outwards, because everything external of us is a projection of our own internal reality. And the more we get to understand our own internal reality, and the better we can understand our own internal reality through energy dynamics of colour, number, pattern and form, putting aside the words and the narratives because they become limiting. We can have a theme, a frequency that can have so many different narratives, it gets confusing. But if we can focus on the fundamental themes, then we can find the systems and the ways and the patterns that start including everyone. So for instance, everyone starting to learn sign language would include everyone that was deaf. Everyone living from their heart if someone lives from their heart and their body more, to start developing their mind more. If someone lives from their mind more, to start developing their heart and their body more. So there's this equilibrium and this balance. So for us, rather than focusing on the full and new moons, which are the extremities, focusing on the first quarter and third quarter, because that's where your equilibrium, your balance, your 0 point is, the center of equilibrium, the center of the vortex, because you've got your X, Y, Z, minus X, minus Y, minus Z, and it's the 0 point in the middle of that where you can get just a subtle vibration of the atom of the momentum of the movement, and then we can find our own peace and calm amidst whatever chaos. We've got the blue tits feeding, and our little bird feeders, we love watching them. They bring us calm and joy. So we've now only got 7 minutes left, so we're going to turn you around. We've talked too much as it is. So yeah, each of our channels, basically, depending on the title of the channel, depends of the theme of the energy that's in. So we don't quite understand when we post from different channels, or upload to different channels, or do stuff for different channels, because we're still learning and growing. But our chapter now is that we're learning and growing together, because we have a vast amount of knowledge to provide for other people and for ourselves. And in giving and sharing, there we go, throat activations, throat chakra and emotions. And in sharing that with confidence in our uniqueness, and this is our path and our way, using I statements, we statements for us, but also we statements to include others. If this isn't for you and you're not resonating in a dissonant or harmonic way, because if you're resonating in a dissonant way and you're being judgmental or you're getting triggered, they're all bonuses. They're the bits that we're in denial about ourselves that can be the biggest teachers and the biggest lessons. But we're not going to get into all that now. That all come down the line. So depending which channel we're on depends which theme of energy we're coming at from, and depending which channel you're watching depends what energy you're coming from. And so if you're wanting to go deeper into your understanding yourself, then watching our Joy to Coco channel would be better. If you're wanting a more collective, balanced, all of your energetics to function at once and have a slight professionalism to it, then ShintoSEYE, because that's the Shinto yoga experience. And then if you just want maybe to understand a bit more of the energetics of everything that's made up who you are today, your whole past from the very current moment that you're watching this, but then that's your past, then Shinto Self-Empowerment's the channel to watch. And this is the channel to watch to bring all of those three into unity and wholeness, and healing, because healing is wholeness and balance. So we're just going to turn you around in a very quick 5 minutes. We haven't done the spectrum of energies first, so let's just see the unaware. We're starting deep on the micro. Oh my word, this is awesome. So we've got 15, we've got the devil, and that we've just transferred from December 12, masculine complex stability, devil energies of Capricorn under the 6 vibration of 2022, made of the 2 vibration, 6 vibration made of the 2s. Hold on, we're going to pause. Okay. And we just saw someone that's been really good and chatted to us heaps over the last, well, he said about a year. So we just had to go out there. We don't need to say pause, but we're just getting used to it. At least on this camera, it's easier to pause and get into it. So yeah, we were talking about the devil and the vibrations. We just stepped out of the December 12 second tier, where it's 1, 2, 3 is the spectrum of energies, because you've got 2 plus 1 is 3, 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 minus 1 is 1. So that's the kind of XY dynamics, and you put the minuses into it. It's 15, which is influential, that equals the 6, and we've just also left the 6 vibration. And we're just trying to look at the card, not through the camera. He's squatting down. So when we look at stuff, we look at the patternology. And this is the position that we've just been attempting to do every day as we walk to our willow tree backwards to heal our knees. The rune is the cross. So you've got a vertical line down for the central Sushumna, and one going across. We're not going into this. This is the spectrum. We've got to look at the others. So it's just the quick patternology. This is the energy that's happening on our back at the moment, and we literally just talked about this in the shower, how the shower puts the electrons in the right direction, and we're needing our surface level skin to go down because the inside's going up as the energy goes up from the Kundalini rising, but because of the fascia adhesions, we need the outside to go down, and that's what the shower's doing, because we had our first shower in like 3-4 years the other day, and it's number 7, and that's the frequencies we've just stepped into. And he's looking over his shoulder and using the sword, and we just used our umbrella like that the other day. So we were given 2 unseen, so they're left like that, and 5 seen, and we wanted to share this. We're going to be so quick, we've literally got a couple minutes left on our storage. This is like the numbers, the 8 and the 5 is the Fibonacci so far. This is like the two triangles meeting, like the what we call the figure of 8, but with lines and points rather than all curves, the masculine energies, but this isn't meeting in the middle. So for us, we see that as we need to do more twists. When we twist, we contract our intestines, and that's like squeezing a sponge. When you squeeze a sponge, the old water goes out of it and then it absorbs the new water. So it's squeezing the intestines, squeezing the old blood and toxins out so it can absorb the new blood. So we need to do more twists to get this connecting in the center. And once we contain our surface, once we get the superficial muscles on our body and we get our boundaries contained more, because she's tied up, we can then handle the fiery hot energies. Our Sushumna, the central vertical channel, will be working more, so that we'll be able to function our mouth more and our vocal cords more to do whatever sounds and movements we want to do without pain, which will lead us into the sun energies, source energy, into getting the zigzag down. That's an M on the side. That's been really important. So all of this stuff we could go into more detail, but depending which theme and detail we went into it would depend on which channel, of whether it's going to be exercises to access the inside of the body through the pathology or the outside. That then brings us to happy families, the 6th vibration again, with flowers and a baby and pure unconditional love from Christ consciousness point of view, from a baby point of view, because that is just pure unconditional love and a pure unconditional mirror and reflection. Queen of Pentacles, the battery's about to die, and then we've got the Emperor and the Knight of Pentacles, and that's why we're starting